Canelo Alvarez smashed a notorious thug.
I want him to smell my breath, smell my tension. If I haven't showered in 3 days, I want him to smell the must. I want him to smell and understand that I'm here for a dog fight.
The ending was ruthless.
Well, Canelo taking his time and landed the big shot knowing
Right hit. 3, 4, uppercut continues to land. There he aims low and then fires upstairs.
knockout of Maurice Hope was up. Wow.
An amazing win for Alvarez. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the particulars on the...
What if I told you that Mexico's most feared gang leader just picked a fight with the one man you never want to mess with? Canelo freaking Alvarez. Yeah, apparently this dude looked at the 4-time world champ, the red-haired wrecking ball of boxing, the guy who punches harder than a tequila hangover, and thought, yeah, I got this. Spoiler alert, he did not. This story is so outrageous, it makes the Kardashians look like background extras in a tax commercial. Forget Netflix, they couldn't write this insane drama if you gave them $10 billion and Martin Scorsese's blood pressure meds. We're talking gangs, boxing gloves, leaked audios, shady deals. Memes flying around like Mayweather's dollar bills, and an ending so brutal that even Hollywood was like, bro, too much. The streets thought Canelo was just a boxer. The gangs learned he's basically a one-man demolition crew with Gucci belts. This is not just a scandal. This is a cultural earthquake. So grab your popcorn, hide your kids, hide your egos, because what you're about to hear will make you rethink everything about gangsters, boxing, and who's actually running Mexico. It all started with a whisper. The kind of rumor that slides through back alleys faster than a bootleg. DVD in 2003. Someone claimed a notorious gang leader. We'll call him El Jefe del Caos, because his real name is hotter than gasoline on a summer highway had a problem with Canelo Alvarez. Now, let's pause. A gang leader going after Canelo is like a mosquito declaring war on a flamethrower. The logic, non-existent, but ego, off the charts. Apparently, El Jefe wasn't happy. The word on the street was that Canelo refused to respect certain gang territories, which is hilarious because the only territory Canelo respects is the entire boxing ring. And when he steps in, even oxygen molecules get nervous. But the scandal didn't stop there. Leaked audio started circulating. Scratchy, low quality. The kind of recording that sounds like it was made with a potato from 1997. In it, El Jefe allegedly threatens to teach Canelo a lesson. Yeah, the same. Way you teach a hurricane to chill. Reactions exploded. The internet went wild. Memes of El Jefe standing next to Canelo looked like before and after photos of a punching bag. Twitter was a war zone. Instagram comments turned into a digital boxing ring. And WhatsApp groups. They were hotter than your ex's D-Miz. After payday and Canelo.com. Ice cold. A man looked at the situation like someone just challenged him to a thumb war. But here's the twist. Insiders leaked that Canelo didn't just shrug it off. He allegedly sent a private message back to El Jefe. I'll see you soon. That's not a message. That's a death certificate written in emojis. The scandal was no longer rumored. It was real, and Mexico, holding its collective breath. Here's where things got nuclear. Videos started surfacing. Shaky iPhone footage of El Jefe and his crew parading through the streets, flexing like they just walked off a Fast and Furious audition. Guns out, chains, swinging, acting like they were the bosses of the universe. But in the comments section, nobody was buying it. One savage wrote, "Bro, even Dora the Explorer has tougher enemies." Meanwhile, celebrity reactions poured in. Jake Paul tweeted, "Canelo should let me handle this gang leader. Easy money." To which the internet responded, "Jake, you can't even handle a retired UFC fighter. Sit down." Even Drake chimed in, posting a cryptic story. Never. Bet against Canelo, which, let's be real, is the only smart financial advice Drake has ever given. Memes skyrocketed. TikTok edits of Canelo uppercutting random gangsters set to reggaeton remixes hit 20 million views in a week. People started calling El Jefe El Pinata because everyone knew what was coming. And then the confrontation. Reports say Canelo agreed to meet El Jefe on neutral ground. Neutral ground, by the way, apparently meant a high-end private gym surrounded by more security than Area 51. Eyewitnesses claim El Jefe strutted in with his entourage, looking like he was auditioning for Narcos, the musical. Meanwhile, Canelo walked in alone, in sweats, sipping a smoothie like it was just another Tuesday. The energy was unreal. Imagine the Avengers assembling, but only one of them is Iron Man, and the rest are unpaid extras. And when it went down, Brutal doesn't even cover it. Canelo didn't just land punches, he gave a TED Talk with his fists. Every jab was like a PowerPoint slide titled, "Why You Shouldn't Mess With Me." El Jefe didn't stand a chance. Within minutes, the gangster who once terrified entire regions looked like he had just lost a fight to gravity. Social media exploded. Clips leaked faster than leaks in the Titanic. Hashtags like hashtag Canelo Smash and hashtag Gangster KO trended worldwide. Even Snoop Dogg posted, "This ain't boxing, this is justice." When the dust settled, the world was split into two camps. Camp A: Canelo is basically Batman with better hair. Camp B: El Jefe never stood a chance. This was suicide by ego. The aftermath was insane. Gang credibility obliterated. Overnight, El Jefe went from feared warlord to a cautionary meme. His own crew allegedly started calling him Sanor Sofa because he was stuck lying on one for weeks. Meanwhile, Canelo's legend went nuclear. Fans who already saw him as a boxing god now saw him as Mexico's unofficial president. People joked that even politicians should get approval from Canelo before passing laws. Sponsors cashed in big. Energy drink companies released limited editions with Canelo's knockout face on the cans. Street vendors sold t-shirts saying, "Don't mess with Canelo unless you like soup through a straw." And the internet? Unstoppable. Edits of Canelo's punches synced with Shakira's Super Bowl hips broke TikTok. One genius even made a GTA mod where Canelo is the final boss against all gangsters. But the deeper impact. It sent shockwaves through the underworld. Word spread fast. If you cross Canelo, you don't just lose, you lose your identity. Journalists reported that other gang leaders were suddenly quiet. No threats, no bold moves. Just radio silence. Because honestly, who wants to end up as the next meme template? And Canelo? Cool as ever. In an interview, he brushed it off. "I don't fight for drama. I fight for respect." Translation: don't test me or you'll wake up on a meme page. In the end, El Jefe's attempt to challenge Canelo backfired so hard it's now taught as a masterclass in bad decisions. It's like trying to slap Godzilla with a wet tortilla. Entertaining? Yes. Smart? Absolutely not. The scandal's over, but one thing's clear. Canelo Alvarez doesn't just dominate boxing, he dominates life. And that, my friends, is how a self-proclaimed gang lord became Canelo's warm-up session. Brutal, savage, and honestly, hilarious. If you're sitting there thinking, "Wow, I can't believe this happened," then congratulations, you're officially hooked on the only channel that serves you scandals hotter than fresh churros. But listen, don't just sit there like El Jefe flying on the mat. Smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Drop a comment telling me if you would dare to even make eye contact with Canelo in a dark alley. And subscribe, because around here, scandals don't sleep, and neither do we. Every week, we drop stories so wild they make telenovelas look like documentaries. If you miss one, that's basically a felony. Turn on notifications because the next bombshell could make. This story looked like a children's bedtime tale. And trust me, you do not want to be the person playing catch-up while everyone else is already memeing. So tap that bell like it's round one, hit subscribe like it's the final punch, and keep riding with us as we expose the scandals, the drama, and the chaos the world tries to hide. Because in the ring of truth, only the fearless survive. And remember, this is the boxing room, where legends are made, egos are destroyed, and every scandal gets knocked the hell out. Ding, 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 ding.